All right, so we are on. Hopefully, we're going live here on Satellite Channel. Hi, I'm your host, Robbie Strike, via satellite.
So we are on. Hopefully, we're going live.
Okay, there's the back
here
from
on Satellite Channel. Hi, I'm your host.
I guess turn that guy down. All right, so thanks for joining me. So I'm up since 4:30 this morning, so I've been going straight all day. So tonight, if I say anything, I apologize for that. I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to help me in comments and correct me. Today's topic is, oh, did I freeze frame that? As I say, I'm a little bit punchy tonight. Also because of the fact that I have really bad allergies. This is April is my worst time of year for allergies. So we'll do the best that we can do here tonight. Here on the various platforms. Ooh, there we go. Minimize that. There we go. Maximize that. So I'm here with a brand new microphone that I bought off of the, where did I get this? eBay. And so hopefully this works. It's almost like $60 more than the microphone that I was using before, but because I was moving my mouse on the table, maybe this will make the audio quality a little better. Enough about the production and behind the scenes stuff, but Thomas Tim says, what province are you in? I'm in Ontario. And the boom. Yeah, this has a boom on it all over. It's great. I've been playing around. I'm doing the editing I should have been doing because I've been playing with green screen stuff with my daughter. We got Patrick on the room. So, hey, so let's cut to the top 10 list. So this is my top 10 reasons why free-to-air satellite is awesome. I love free-to-air. My free-to-air sucks, and I just sort of made fun a little bit of the things that are kind of a suck about the air, but also I want to talk about the things that I think are awesome, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you like about free-to-air satellite. Be a continuing topic that we go on here. So I'm just going to, sorry, figuring out all this restreams. So my number 10 reason is you can get channels that are not on your cable system. So with that, sometimes you can get channels that I never saw on cable that were on satellite TV, DW international channels. I never got TV a whole lot. That's right. So definitely there's a lot of channels that you don't, if you come from watching cable, you'll discover new channels because they'll be up there and you never heard of them. And also we are opening up the lines tonight. So later on, I'll get calls. We got Kurt on the line. We'll just go through this top 10 list and through other reasons. Why free-to-air satellite, free satellite TV, free-to-air sucks, free satellite awesome. So next slide here. Number 9. C-band is great as a to over-the-air TV if you if you live in the country. So meaning that you can put one of these large C-band dishes. I guess I'm not cut to my slide here. So yeah, that's one of the things. Is I live in a larger town, small city. I'm able to have a C-band dish, and in my area, there's actually a lot of people from that speak in my area. So there's been a lot of satellite dishes in my area, within my neighborhood, that are C-band 10-footer dishes. But the only problem is, years ago when I was first looking for a satellite dish, I asked, "Hey, could I? Are you still using your satellite dish?" And they told me I don't speak English, and perfect English. They told me I don't speak English, so I was like, okay. I found one eventually. So, so that's one reason is C-band, and also C-band. You're going to get a lot more channels on one of the large C-band dishes than you are with a case, which is the smaller dish. That's why we in the this hobby, the free satellite TV hobby, we refer to two bands. We got C-band, which is the big dish, the big mine's an 8-footer, and some people in the past have 10-footers. And then there's KU-band, which is 36 to 39-inch dish. That you can get a few free to satellite TV channels, but you don't get a whole of them. I'm already mixing up my terms. It's the thing. Free to air, free satellite TV. When I emphasize free satellite TV, that's legal free to air, not with free to air. Free to air has really been perverted with pirate. So I'm trying to talk about what's free and legal, so we don't get in any trouble from YouTube or anything like that. So next slide here. Number 8, you can get a C-band dish for next to nothing. If you find the right and get a C-band dish for next to nothing. I mean, I got mine. I've had 2 dishes which I've gotten for. I got one from Sonny, this guy that I met on Kijiji. He wanted to get rid of Black Beauty. Yeah, the Black Beauty. Had it for years, hadn't used it for years. Caught up with all the digital technology stuff. So he gave me that dish. I actually ended up paying Sonny $100 because he had a big truck. Like what I was hoping as a little hatchback car, I'd be able to pack up the satellite dish in the pie shape, stick it in my little hatchback town, and bring it. But Black Beauty, which I bought from Sonny, was a big solid piece of dish, right? It was dinged up. It was not perfectly like I took a rubber hammer and banged it all back out as best as, and it worked. So that's number 8 of why free satellite TV is awesome. So you can go on Facebook Marketplace, all these places. I got North Coaster. He's found got a bunch of them in his yard through the marketplace, various places, and that's where I got mine. I actually spent a few dollars for my shot wreck dishes that I bought. And they tend to want to sell them used for $50, which is a little bit high if it's a second-hand dish. Okay, and number 7. Let's move along here. You can reuse old satellite dish. So there's another reason why free satellite TV is awesome. You can reuse, reuse an old satellite dish and make it useful. So Orby TV, which just gone out of business. So there's, I don't know how many of Orby TV dishes in the United that are, what do we do with this? Is it garbage? No, you can re-aim an Orby TV dish at 3 places. And same thing with a Shaw Direct Prime Star. That's really old dishes, but there's been a lot of people that the old Prime Star in the 90s satellite dishes. They were one of the first direct to home small KU band services, and they got bought by. They got bought by one of the 2 direct or dish. One of them guys, or you can use an old C. So you can get these things on Marketplace, on Kijiji, on Craigslist is what you got. Here in Western Canada, I was told that they use Craigslist a lot more. So you can find these things and you can get them for next to nothing. You look at the right place. So that's 7 reasons why free to air is awesome. Number 6, you get the satisfaction of setting up yourself. Now, it is you need to be a little bit tech savvy to to get things going in this hobby. I'll be honest with you. It's not as easy as over-the-air TV, where over-the-air TV, you can antenna up, do a scan, and find channel. Now, with that antenna, you might want to fine-tune it and get, especially with the directional. And yeah, Kurt tells me Prime Star sold to DirecTV in 1999. Yes, thank you. I thought it was that, but I wasn't sure. Thanks for clarifying that, Kurt. So it says Wiki. Yeah. And I saw that on Wikipedia as well. Yeah, so you get the satisfaction of setting it up yourself. It's a fun hobby for tweaking. Do need some patience, especially when you're starting out in this. It's good to have someone who might know, if you have a friend that knows a bit more about when in this hobby. I really didn't know a whole lot when I got into this, so I had a lot of trial and error stuff. I was getting sunburnt on a hot day in the summer, setting up a and I would get one, but then I had like one of those bracket things, and the bracket thing took me forever to get things going. And also, I didn't have internet connection where I was set first dish. It was at my parents' cottage, and it was a pain to get signal on that and try to figure out. Plus, this was with one of the VSAT receivers, and it was they're kind of a junky receiver. Honestly, especially if you're trying to get Galaxy 19 with it. Yes, Doug says. Feed from the video is choppy. I found that with Restream that it does get choppy at times. I can see there on my preview there. Maybe it's because I got this preview playing here in the background. I guess I know I'm connected. I'm just going to turn this window off. Someone could be using your house too, and upstairs upload. My concern is as long as the audio is decent, don't need to see me too much. So yeah, that's number 6. Satisfied of setting it up yourself, figuring it out. Number 5 reason why free-to-air is awesome. Me TV. Diginet, lots of Diginet C-band that have classic TV programming on it. So definitely be 101 West SES 2, I think it is. There is tons of Diginets. If you like classic TV programs, TV, like Decades and channels like that, a dish like this one here, I'm pointing toward the picture of it. They are now. I can get a bunch of these channels on over the air as well, but there's not all. I don't get all of them on over the air. I don't get Decades over the air. I don't get Heroes and Icons. I've had other people say I don't need this huge thing because I get all these. Like if you live in one of those big cities, you don't need this. But for me, I love this. I get that's one of the big things about this hobby is the Diginets. For me, mainly Diginets. A little bit of news channels. There's a handful of news channels, not necessarily CNN and Fox News, but it's like Russia, InfoWars, and channels like that are on KU band has a lot of them. So yeah, and also there's the feeds and things like that. So yeah, so move along here. So yeah, there's channels there. I have a full video on my channel where I talk one more specifically talk about the KU band channels, and I have another video about C band channels, and there's other channels like WPBS, things like that on KU band. KU band does have NBC, Cozy, DW, PBS. A bunch of things are on Galene and things like that. I have videos on my channel where I really break all that down. So move on the slide here. Remote access. If you're in an area off the grid, you can still aim satellite dish and get signal even if you have power backup. Because even these receivers, I got some of those handheld receivers, and I've had a few power outages. Power is out, your internet's not working, router, I guess if you're on mobile internet, you can still have that as a backup. It's a real nice backup. I've been able to plug my the salary, just that cheap thing that I get. It's like $88 off Amazon or eBay, not Amazon. It's good for a backup for remote access. I think I have one of these slides where I talk about it. It's just good because internet is bogging down like this. My feed here, the upload. Everyone's streaming right now in my town. Everyone else. So you could have, I don't know if you experienced this. I've experienced it where your internet's just running slow because everybody in your town is using the same main fiber pipe, whatever, going to the big city there. It's all slowing down. So it's good to have this as a backup, especially if you're watching the channels or whatever that you might be following. No, really, my audio is chopping. Yeah, we're not going to mention. I'll mention that when I'm gotten into the stream there. Number 3 is wild feeds and backhauls. I wonder if it's because am I too much on the mic, do you think? Is that in the audio choppiness? So wild feeds and backhauls. Yeah, I guess I got the... Oh, okay. Let me just look at my audio settings there. Yeah, it just brought me to this standard setting. Okay. Here, I'll get off the mic there just a bit. Maybe that might be a better... So wild feeds, backhauls. So with this dish, I use it to watch Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. I'll be honest, I haven't been able to watch. I haven't been wrestling. I haven't been watching wrestling as much. But yeah, you can get. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Patrick. So I don't know why I'll be doing that. Just bad connection tonight on my end. I'll talk slower. Maybe I'm talking too fast for you stream. But yeah, wild feeds. There's a bunch of wild news feeds on 87 West, and 99 West has a bunch of news feeds that if you keep doing a scan. So yeah. Backhauls and wild feeds. That's just awesome. It's fun watching behind the scenes, unedited footage of news reporters and stuff like that. So I've kind of tabbed before, but if your internet goes down, you have something to watch. I've had power outages, and I've been able to back up power supply thing there. I'm still able to watch things. I've had a connected C-band dish and was watching shows. Actually, the funny thing is, because I have that, I don't have a backup T-set ready to go. I just found it was easier to... I don't even know. I probably not a good time to do a test. And that's where internet's not working. That's going to happen. Whatever. And number 1 is awesome. There's no monthly fees. Free satellite TV, it's great. Like, you got the equipment, the dish. If you look the right place, you can get it. You might want to buy a new receiver. Don't get some secondhand thrift store, Colsat, ViewSat, get that crap. Get something good. Get one like this one. Here. Get one like the Edison. The Edison is a good receiver. A little bit complicated. If you're a Linux guy, tech savvy, this is what. If you're not tech savvy, get the mini. This one's probably the more easier an Amiko Mini. I have a link to this in the description of this video. These are great. These go for about, I think these are over $100 because it does 40. They do have a version of this which is an Amiko Mini and it doesn't do the 4K, but everything else, and it does about 99.9% of the channels that are on free to air, and it's about 88. So that's a good option. And there's other receivers to get and stuff. So I'm gonna full screen this guy. Maybe that might not be good for the stream quality. Here. There we go. I'm gonna be working with the telescope out here. There we go. So I bought this off eBay this week. It's the Starcom L Twin LMB. And I'll bring Kurt up here. Hey, Kurt, how's it going? So this is my Starlink Twin LMB. I have one like this. I've done a review on this, but this is kind of what was available on eBay, so I grabbed this. I love how it says 4K Ultra, even though there's not really a whole lot of 4K channels, even on free to air. So this is a K, so really there's not a whole lot of 4K on KU band. I'll pop this guy open here. And here's the LMB. So, and it's a universal LMB. And it's very orange. Yeah. Very orange LMB, that's for sure. Randy's asking, how much should I pay? I think it was like under 20 bucks. I was like, one of these $10, it was a cheapy one. Now, my last one that I bought from Starcom, it kind of was like my Avenger LMB, where you can pull down, they have it, and you can kind of cover the coverings of your cable. And, you know, kind of keep it protected from the weathering. I don't like the design of the LMB. Maybe it's for like with this thing here, the aromatic writing. Maybe it's for areas that don't get as much rain as we get, and rain, snow, and all that weathering we get. Okay, I'm just going to look at some of these questions here. So any questions? That's an interesting tip. Wi-Fi or internet cameras improving bandwidth during streaming. Could be to a server. And so, yeah. It could be FTA parts. Yeah, you find a lot of that on eBay. And the reason why I wanted this LMB is there you go. There we go. So I wanted to try some of the 28 West KU band, because they use lower, now they're not spot beamed for my area, but I can get any of the European eastern part of my arc satellites with this. I might be able to get a few of them, because they use a universal lower frequency than what my standard LMB can get. So what this LMB will do is, the input frequency here is, you can read this fine print here, 975, I don't have my bifocals on, or by 10600 is the input frequency for this. So this is how I'll make on my, I want to try it on my 36-inch dish. So, yeah, that's where I got there. Yeah, so I got this new mic stand here. I spared no expense. I must have spent about $60. I don't know, this is what I got here. I just got it on. This is what I'm working on. And it do a lot of audio. So before, you probably saw I had the Guitar Hero mic that I spent $2 for. And then I bought a stand for a couple bucks on eBay. Yeah, the bandwidth prioritizing. Yeah, I'm surprised Restream can't handle it. Because Restream, it has me here. I'm just looking at the analytics. See the quality here on Restream. They're really, really pixelated here on the thing. So I got, and it's just showing me my analytics, showing I got 38 people on YouTube, 3 people on Facebook, 0 on Twitch. Nobody watches Twitch. Daily Motion is not working. Well, I never seen Daily Motion work. And D Live, no one's on watching on D Live. Does anyone even know what D Live is? It's just like it's kind of Twitch, and then there's D Live. They're kind of the lower end things. I think YouTube and then Facebook is where people are watching. And I can see my video quality. It looks awful. Oh yeah, I'm checking that out. Intelsat. So you're telling me about Intelsat 901. I think that's one, if I haven't tried it before. Let's see here. I've got the page loaded up here, Kurt. So go to this. There you go. So I'm looking at, I'm going to turn that off. Intelsat 27.5. I do have some trees in my area. If I move the whole dish in a position on my deck, I could probably get some of those more eastern part of my arc satellites. It's interesting. I've never seen this site before. I'll have to we'll check it out here. I'm gonna post this over in the chat room here. So just pull it up and look at it on a tab. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so there's that. It's a little bit above my head right now. I'm tired to figure out what's on there, but I think that's one of my projects. One of my plans for this summer maybe is to get my 36-inch dish. I gotta find a better spot for it. I have it on a tripod on the deck, and it was a good spot for testing it, although that's the spot if I want to get our eastern part of my arc satellites. I gotta kind of put it there and try to lock on some of the satellites that are the case on that side. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that Restream sent that. Okay, yeah. Can I change what? Oh, yeah, I can specifically send things into YouTube and learning this program here. So, I went looking for free-to-air news for this week, or free-to-air TV news. But free satellite TV news, I didn't see a whole lot of channels. I got, I'm on here. Here, I'll pull this guy up. What am I here for? TV or OSAT here. And I didn't see much new here. Like, usually the best place for the latest updates is just close. There we go. For the best place to get updates is over here at TV or OSAT. Have a place where they have all the latest changes for North America. Looks like a bunch of the channels on 1.7 West that were always encrypted have been removed. One of which was NHK, but NHK is on KU band on 10. BBC World, but all this was Power View encrypted, and some new channels, but they're all Power View encrypted. Not much has changed over the last few weeks, which I thought they might be more of interesting things to happen. Maybe they will be with the HEVC 3 rollout, because a lot of channels, what tends to happen, what happened before with HEVC 1 is there's a bunch of new channels, and sometimes they would be on KU band satellite for a period of time, and then eventually they would go back up to C band and whatnot. So that's what I was kind of hoping with. Sometimes it's not for a very, very long period. We don't get all these put that away tomorrow morning. But yeah, I was kind of Doug Miller says, I had 65 West last summer, a movie channel. Yeah, and I think there's the Freeview stuff, but I think it's got an encryption code on it. But that would be kind of cool. It'd be cool if we can get a UK Freeview stuff. It's a bunch of BBC channels and all that. Oh, yes. There's a new channel, Southern Mean. And sometimes that's what, when you look at a link set, you'll see that there'll be channels, and I get it with your dish because it's for the Southern Hemisphere. It's on the same side. Like it could be on 118 West or whatever, but then it's like it's beamed for the Southern Hemisphere. What else do I have tonight? Not much. Nothing much on. I didn't see much posted on X Wild feeds this week of interest. Newsy's gone dark, but that was on 101 West. But I haven't seen. I haven't really been able to pick up Newsy. I picked it up first launch, but for some reason I wasn't able to pick up the Newsy channel, which is just kind of a loop of news stories without anchors and all that. I heard that Newsy was going, or I read somewhere that Newsy was going to over the air with HEVC 3 rollout. So that will be interesting to see. If HEVC 3, there is a few news. See, with HEVC 1, before we really had a lot of the Diginets, the early days of HEVC 1, a lot of areas had like a news loop or a weather loop as one of the sub channels, and that's what they were using them for. I think there probably is a few stations that broadcast TV stations that still have like a sub channel that's just their news feed. And I always kind of like that. I wish my local news channel or my local TV channel would just loop the news, and you can go to it and check it out. And we have Emma Hates Tech. You can't complain if it's free, and that's for sure. Free to air is free satellite TV is awesome because it is free. And check out Grandma's tech reviews over at her channel. Patrick says it's free, but you have to work for it. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of work. It's like the hunt, right? You gotta get out there and hunt for it. Oh yeah, Kurt, be able to get the BBC channels. Was there a lot of BBC channels on 40.5 West? If you had a circular LMB setting, all of the circular, all the KU C band stuff is pretty much not circular. It's like it's linear or whatever. But there's a few channels like 40.5 West where you have to. Whoops! I just closed your thing there. They were encrypted. Okay, they're there, but they're encrypted. Okay. I am in my Paul asks, where are you, Robbie? I am in my basement right now. Just doing my live stream. Grams Tech, I guess there's nothing free in the world. I guess that's a matter of opinion, I guess. Reduce your image size, yeah. Well, I don't think I'll be on tonight. Well, the other night it was on for like 3 hours. Okay. North Coaster Hobby says Newsy is owned by Scripps now. They own Court TV, Mystery Live. Oh yeah, they're okay. Balance Grid. Wonder if they'll Newsy line up as in the sub channels. Okay, yeah. I guess Court TV. I was actually watching that a bit this weekend. It has like, see, a lot of the other legal broadcast channels, like they just have like really old programming, right? And then there's Court TV. It has like, you know, court cases that are going on that are in the news. So that's kind of interesting. Kind of like when we had the OJ trial, except Court TV, it's on over-the-air TV. I get Court TV on the same channel that has Antenna TV, NBC out of Watertown, Kingston, which is a newer channel. A little off topic here, but yeah, sure. What advice would you give someone? Alex Moore asks, what advice would you give someone who wants to start their own podcast? Have content that people want to find something that you know people will want to tune in or download the podcast for. I guess that would be a big thing to have. And do something you're passionate about. You know, so find that thing that you just love to talk about. Michael Hunt says the Philippines still use analog NTSC. I think there's a lot of areas that still use analog. Here in Canada, there is still analog NTSC channels. Well, even in the States, there's low power analog TV stations. Mark Stone asks, where am I broadcasting from? I am broadcasting from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. It's just I'm just north of New York State. That's Watertown, New York. Actually, the closest city that I'm near. I can also pick up TV channels with my antenna at a Syracuse, New York. So with a good, I don't even have the greatest antenna. Imagine what would happen if I actually got a Telus antenna that's really orange and aim that thing at Syracuse. Maybe I'd pick it up a little bit better. And Trevor's on in the room there. Bring you up there, Trevor.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good.
That's good.
Patrick likes to start for the radio mic. I'm surprised Patrick's not called in yet. I don't know. Maybe his internet's having issues tonight.
In the I thought you were going to say an undisclosed location.
Yeah, sounds like I'm having a lot of technical difficulties tonight with the audio and the video. I know I'm in this restream here. Maybe I should turn this tab off. Maybe that might make things better. It's streaming the video in the background.
Yeah, the video was very laggy.
Yeah, it was laggy 2 weeks ago when I streamed last. And I looked at getting like a faster upload. But it was, I'm on a grandfathered plan, which is a pretty for what I'm paying for internet, so I don't want to change it.
Makes sense.
But I do tend to still upload videos. I got a video coming down the pipe somewhere where I think I got my friend there from Portugal, not Portugal, Brazil. Sent me that, got this hello box sent to me, and I've been working on it, but I've been quite busy with other things that it's been a very slow process getting the video. So this is like you can get one yourself. It's actually easy enough to set up if you're tech savvy. This is a hello box. What this thing is Bluetooth, and it's network connecting. So what you can do is an Android device, you can watch your free-to-air satellite stuff on your Android device. It's not your usual satellite receiver. You just plug it in HDMI output, plug it into your satellite receiver, but it's kind of a neat piece of technology. It's also can turn your phone into a satellite finder by sending Bluetooth to your phone. By connecting this thing with Bluetooth to your phone, you have to find a power source for it that doesn't come with its own power source. And aim your dish and make sure you get the signal quality just right with this. And also, I think you can just connect it to your network connection, and do that way as well. I do that. It's mainly for Android. Similar features that you can get with anything with the Edition Open ATV software for satellite receivers. So stay tuned. There'll be a video on that coming up. And so do we have questions here? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but you're also extremely blurry too. Like I can barely pick out anything.
Everyone in my neighborhood is streaming tonight. It's everyone watching WrestleMania. Where did Andrew go? He was in here saying that. I was like, I don't want to tell people WrestleMania's on. Everyone will like tune out and like go watch WrestleMania. They'll find some place on the internet where they can watch it, you know. And why am I not watching WrestleMania? But I forgot when I said I'm going to do this live stream. I was like, oh yeah, WrestleMania's on. But I've been out of wrestling for a couple months now. So
Can't you just record it?
Yeah. You know what, Kurt? What I end up doing is I just go right on YouTube the next day, and they have this. They'll have a video called wrestling highlights. So they can. It's Monday Night Raw is 3 freaking hours of like just sitting through wrestling. So they condense it to like 30 minutes and just show you all the highlights. It like
so you're getting all the cliff
notes, right? Yeah, exactly. That's all I care about, you know. And sometimes that's. But even that, I haven't been into watching that over the last few months.
Yeah, someone asked you if you could get channel KTV in the questions.
KTV, like the Kuwaiti TV on Galaxy.
No. I'm sorry. This is over the air WKTV. You were talking. This is a little early. You were talking about getting Syracuse, and then someone asked if you could get WKTV.
Okay. I don't know. I don't. But what do they have? What's the sub channel they have on it?
Oh, they're NBC, and I think they're either Real Channel 30 or 29. I keep forgetting which one they are.
No, for NBC, I just get the new channel that they just came out a few years ago. I don't know what I pulled it up there last time on my HD home run.
Oh yeah, because they just went to ATSC3. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Syracuse,
still seeing
yeah.
the channels, but they've combined it. Yeah, they've combined a bunch of them on. Let me just bring this up here. So here's my HD home run, and I can just do a scan for like the over-the-air channels. Over on channel 24, I'll just quickly go to 24. So this is WVNBC, which is scans in as channel 24, but it says it'll. Oh no, it's on physical channel 24. It scans in as like it says it's the channel 45, and there's like a whack of channels here. There's Antenna TV, Grid TV, Bounce, Court TV, QVC, and HSN. But I can't get the other ones. Although it's a pretty clear night, it's gotten a lot warmer. Like this signal quality is coming in booming really well. Got quiet here. Even Trevor's quiet.
Yeah, I'm still here. I was just listening.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what I really wish is this channel here, WNYF, would play Me TV, the proper aspect ratio. I'll click it on just for a few seconds just to show you guys a preview here. It's a commercial now, but they have bars at the top of the bottom of the screen. So like, you have all the channel. Like I'd rather watch the if I have my C-band dish aimed at 101 West, I'd rather watch Me TV on that just because it has the aspect ratio properly. Now I can fix it with my TV, but the problem is when I fixed it on my TV, when I go to any other channel, it's zoomed in from like cinema level. Here we go with Ion, which has Court TV, Grit, Mystery. Ion, is that the one that's owned by Scripps now? I think they bought it.
Yeah, I know there was, what was it, April 1st that they got rid of, what was the kids channel? Jeez, memory's going bad.
Cubo,
yeah. Not that I was watching it a lot, but as I was milling around, there was an alternative.
Yeah, they have some good shows there too. Used to be, Ion used to be PAX TV. And then for a while, the Ion network became like the infomercial channel. It was like just lots of infomercials all the time. And if that's what TVs can become is infomercials, then that's why people are like gonna watch YouTube and streaming stuff.
So what's today's topic? Is just no topic, just a chat, or has it got a topic?
You joined in a little late. It's just free to air is awesome. That's the topic.
So there is no topic. It's just pretty much then.
Yeah. Just talk about anything, really. It could be satellite related, could be media related. It doesn't really. I usually, when I say free to air, the headline, I want the first 10 minutes of the video to be that way. So if someone's watching on the replay, they're not getting like like a lot of YouTube videos, you're getting the day in my life video for 10 minutes for trying to, whatever you clicked on, And I watched this happen to me when I tried to watch a video about Starlink. There's guys, setting up their Starlink setup, but it was like 20 minutes of a day in their life before they actually got into the whole Starlink setup.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ryan Paz says, is that satellite TV channels or over the air with an antenna? I think he's referring to when I had my HD home run up here. My HD home run is my over the air. It's connected up to my over the air antenna. So it's, it's not satellite. If I want satellite, I can go to my Z Gamma box. I have hooked up to the network, and then I just stream that video to my computer here using the web interface. And this thing, I kind of like the layout of it.
So someone's asking about UK channels.
UK channels. I wish there was more UK channels, but really we don't get a whole lot out of the UK.
The only thing I'm getting right now is on 55 West C-band. And I mean, in central New York, that's with a 5-foot dish I'm getting it. It's really strong. I was trying to find, there were some free channels on 58, but I could never find 58, but there was some stuff on 55, so I left it there. But that's just the radio channels. And the what do you call it? The BBC stuff I was getting, that was back in 2018. And like I said, it only lasted 2 or 3 weeks, but it was nice. It was interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's. I don't think I've ever actually seen the BBC channels except with ExpressVPN. When you go to use ExpressVPN, you can go to their website and say that you're in the UK and watch their stuff. Also, with ExpressVPN, you can go to a lot of websites that have a lot of UK content that's free. When you make it look like you're in the UK, because there's a lot of shows that you don't actually see here in Canada. I
think there's some stuff.
More tech. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. There is some stuff on YouTube. My neighbor's from. He was born in the UK, and there is some stuff if you know. Yeah, like the Graham Norton show and different. If you know certain shows, you can look them up and yeah.
You can watch Red Dwarf full episodes, and even the new ones. I didn't realize that I guess it was like in the earlier 2000s they brought back Red Dwarf, and then had new shows. And I was like, I never even heard of this. And then I was like, wow. At least when I try it, ExpressVPN, it did work. Maybe the free VPNs it doesn't work as well. I'm referring to Paul Stringer's comment there. Yeah, but I don't really use my VPN to watch streaming stuff. I mainly use ExpressVPN for when I'm out using public Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't pay for data, so I just use public Wi-Fi, and ExpressVPN is what I have on my phone. So when I go use public Wi-Fi at McDonald's or at Tim Hortons or at Canadian Tire, I log in and then it encrypts my data, and then I don't pay like $80 a month for mobile internet. I guess it's like some people say I got a deal than that. I'm getting $60, but still $6 a month. Times 12, how much is that a year? Yeah, this is water. Actually, it's my honey from Hogan's Honey. B. Hogan. I go through a whole one of these. I like honey in my coffee. It's great. You should try it. Put honey in your coffee instead of sugar. It is.
Yeah, I've
wonderful.
tried that. It's very good. I've tried that before. It's actually very good.
Yeah, I've been doing that for 20 years, right? It's awesome.
Sorry, I'm not that talkative today. Like I've been the past few streams. I'm busy setting up stuff.
Oh yeah, you're setting up a Bitcoin. You're realizing that you're a millionaire now with all that Bitcoin mining.
Remember what happened last time we talked about mining? Everybody left, so let's not do that.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll save that to the end when we're ready to finish off the stream, and we'll talk about that, and then everyone. Yeah. Someone was asking Clint C. Maybe someone can answer his questions in the chat room. Where can I find over-the-air sports games, Major League and NBA especially? I know you have to pay subscription to see it. Some sports games are broadcast. I don't know if it's like by a region where you it's difficult to see it. And usually their websites will block it. So like if you try to watch a TV channel on their website, they'll block the games because the games have certain rights for the different areas. I'll leave that comment mark right there, and I'll move on. I'm not going to get too political tonight, but yeah, we'll give you a form. I did see a meme that somebody did spray paint a CBC news vehicle, but yeah, I'll leave that at that. Is there someone? Also, T. You get the comment. Come on, there we go, Doug. Camel racing on Falcone on Galaxy 19. And what's that? I don't know what that is. Robert said Newberry says, I'll have to try it, honey, in my coffee. Try it in your tea as well. I put it in my, especially this time of year with allergies. Just it's good on the throat. And my next live stream, I don't know if maybe it'll be next weekend. We'll talk about more about streaming. We'll tend to maybe try to have like a show about streaming services, and I think that would be a fun topic for us all to join in and talk about if you're all tired of free to air stuff. I stream as well, but I also have free to air because it's to have the best of both worlds. Most of the time I'm on YouTube, and as I say, I remember when YouTube used to have a bunch of movies on it. Like fans of movies that studios forgot that they had would upload them to YouTube, and then when they would like get this fan base, that's when all these Netflix and all these all the studios wanted to start streaming, because they started finding out once they found out there's a market for their old movies. Patrick says free internet on the road called Pedro's Net here, as most of them are unlocked Catholic church routers. They need an alibi. Javers. Okay, that's getting to be a little bit more than what I wanted to talk about tonight on this live stream.
I seen that.
Yeah. That's a good question. Do you think some broadcasters are going to fiber? Do you think prices will go down for bandwidth on satellites? Well, the thing is, yeah, and that's a good question. To have a satellite channel on Galaxy 19, I went and priced it for research for a video, and I think it's around $5,000 a month. There's different tiers. Like for a 1080p HD channel could cost around $30,000 a month to uplink that. So a dedicated fiber line is a lot cheaper than $30,000 a month for your channel to be uploaded. So you think, and see, the satellite companies say, well, we spent hundreds of millions of dollars to put this spacecraft into orbit. But I think with companies like Starlink, it's a real game. Is it Starlink, or I'm thinking of SpaceX? It's SpaceX with their new rocket technology. It's a big game changer on getting payloads into space. So I'm not sure if they're still, as expensive for these newer satellites. And also, there's new technology, a lot more bandwidth, through satellite. So the answer to your question is, some broadcasters like Sinclair Broadcasting, they use a lot of fiber for their sub channels, because they have like Comet TV and other sub channels, and they're not on satellite. I wish Sinclair Broadcasting would put all their, basically their Pluto, was it Pluto TV? No, they're not Pluto. They're Stir. Sinclair Broadcasting Stir. But I would love it if Sinclair Broadcasting had all their channels on KU band, just so we can get it. You know, like in my area, I can get. I don't know if I can pick it up here. I'm just gonna scan in my local Sinclair Broadcasting channel, which I can get over the air. Maybe I just need to get a better antenna. It's usually around 19. I get the PBS channel. It always comes in. Here we go. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm just going to my screenshot here. All right. So this is over the air. This is not satellite. This is just my Sinclair Broadcasting. It's WTV HCBS 5. It scans as 18. This is out of Syracuse, New York. So you get Charge. Charge is a kind of a neat channel, but this channel doesn't come in as reliably as I would like. There's TBD, which is an interesting concept, but this doesn't interest me a huge amount. There's and then there's channel 3.1 with NBC, and there's Comet TV. Comet's kind of like old. Pull it up here on BLC. Commercial. There, what a surprise! Commercial.
It's sci-fi.
Sci-fi, yeah, sci-fi. Kind of like Heroes and Icons, except just the sci-fi end of it. But this is because Sinclair Broadcasting has they're rolling out ATSC 3.0. So on their this is only an ATSC 1 tuner, but I'm still getting channels that used to be on different carriers, like on different transmitters, all combined to different to this here. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if I need to invest in the newer HD home run, which would be able to get ATSC 3.0. I'd like to get it, especially for this channel, just to be able to do some reviews on it.
Oh, I thought you had gotten
another
that.
channel.
You have an older. You have an older.
No,
HD?
This is the old one that was from a while ago. And this channel here, which used to be Get TV, is now Dabby TV. I like Get TV when it first launched. Some of these channels, when they first launch, they're really good. They have like some really good shows that I hadn't seen in years. Oh, I never noticed that. And network connection 3 out of 10. I realize there is that there. Can I change my video quality? Restream doesn't offer me that option. Can I lower my video resolution? Maybe. Video input. Okay. Oh, that will. I don't know. Just leave that.
Who's in chat anyway? I hear someone else talking. Who is that?
Kurt again.
Hello, Kurt.
You had Kurt last time.
Hello.
Yeah, I haven't brought up the whole, I guess, the chat room thing here. I actually switched my camera view to like standard definition. Think of that will change the bit rate at all. Actually, got to turn your guys on here, so like you'll kind of pop up like a zooming, you know. There. I have to bring myself up. I have to click on all these things to get it to work in a certain way. There you go. So we kind of have the chat room thing going there with the screen going. So anyway, yeah, there's channel Cozy TV. You can get that on 103 West, but I think I can get that on 2 different overs, or just maybe one. And I'm thinking of C band and KU band. I can get it on all the bases. My Thor broadcast is not transmitting right now for some reason. There's CKWS that comes in really good because it's only a few miles away. I could probably see the tower if I got up on my roof.
When I was a kid, that was part of our cable setup.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was mine
Yeah,
too. And then they.
That's how I got into watching Nature of Things.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. there. And but the thing about nature of things, I remember when it's either him or McLaren, one of the CBC reporters, that you were saying that in the 90s, the ocean levels are going to rise 4 feet, and it's going to cause massive flooding. And guess what happened? None of that. Someone else is saying, Glenn here has a comment here. Says, just started with free to air, got an FTA, free satellite TV, got an Amiko receiver. Yesterday I was able to successfully connect Galaxy 19 and SES successfully to an old Shada dish and tripod. Thanks for your videos. Cool. SES2 is that 103? No. That's 87? I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. Kevin says, Kevin Duncan says, hey, hello all. Enjoy chatting with fellow satellite pals. If any of you are on Facebook, friend me. Kevin, there's this picture there. Is that your dog, Kevin, in your profile? Yeah, but send Kevin a friend request. Also, I'm for my group here.
Yeah, SES3 is 103 west.
Okay. Where is it? There it is. Just gonna put this up on the screen here. There you go. So join my Facebook group for chat read air stuff. Okay, here we go. You're on there, Trevor. It looks like he's mining Bitcoin there. I don't know.
No, I'm not. That's just my TV in the background.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
oh, yes, that's
TV.
a Roku TV. Yeah, it's a Roku. Yeah.
You want to see me mining Bitcoin? I'll show you.
It's all right. We'll have to do a special show for that, I guess, and then we'll have like 3 people on for that. You, me, and like bot that's viewing it. So yeah, join my Facebook group here. Aim your dish. It's a free satellite TV for North American channels, plus over the air, plus streaming. And he turned his camera off because okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So yeah, check that out. I think I'm gonna pack it in tonight. I just wanted to kind of talk there for a bit. And that Trevor?
For some reason, my camera just came up and said could not connect, and then it turned off. I think my camera's causing issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just reading the comments here. Fiber, Patrick asks, I'm sorry, who's paying for fiber, the broadcaster or the TV provider?
All of us is. All of us is. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're Rogers, Roy, because Rogers tried to get a grant from the government to get at least ran to here, a fiber line ran to here.
They are getting money from the government because the government's had an initiative to create broadband in rural areas that are not getting it. And so that would probably means that they're giving Rogers and companies like that more money, taxpayer money, for stuff like that. And
here's the thing:
even though
Bell,
it's a business for them money, and yet the government's subsidizing them, and they're going to charge people. And
here's the thing: Rogers and other small cable companies got a grant or tried to get a grant from the government, or I'm not sure if they did to run fiber here, but Bell paid it out of their old money to get a fiber line ran here to the island because we were originally on satellite uplinks here.
Oh, okay.
10 years ago. And Bell decided to take money out of their own pocket to run 3 fiber bundles here, actually, from Canada. Well, we're in Canada, but from the mainland.
Yeah. Don't know how much of that, because Bell's a crown corporation too. So, but also with Bell, you know, for between them and Rogers, the first one to get there to serve fiber optic, that gives them a big jump to get all those customers. Gives them a real foothold in the market, you know.
For sure, I do agree with you there.
CP Wolf is saying ATSC 3.0 video cipher, and CP Wolf comes on here and just goes on about video cipher. I don't get it, but enjoy yourself. So no one's been able to answer if there still is wrestling on the KTV Sports channel. Next time I do a live stream, I won't be this tired. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
You said you're going to cut it short tonight, are you?
Yes. I woke up at 4:30 this morning, so I'm ready to go to sleep.
I never woke up until like 5 p.m.
I
was up all night yesterday. I was up all night messing with Cisco Unified Communications Manager, which is VoIP is
well, oh yes, we were talking about that
VoIP.
earlier.
Yeah. That's why
it's
I was
like
up all
a server rack thing that does VoIP or something.
I mean, no, I'm talking about Cisco Unified Communications Manager, which is proprietary to Cisco like Cisco gears. But the one I was talking about last week was Free PBX, which is free.
Okay, yeah. So this concludes the satellite talk about the channel. Now Trevor and I are just going to ramble on about other tech stuff. Actually, I wanted to show you. You missed it earlier. I got spared no expense. I spent, I don't know, $50-$60 for this new mic here.
Nice.
It's a USB microphone. It actually also has one of those. Actually, I have it in here in the box. I didn't use it tonight because I thought I'd want to listen to it with the just the windsock thing on the microphone. It'll be a little noisy to pull off, though. You can just pull the windsock right off of here, and then there's the mic, and you can see it there. For not necessary for podcast, but with my tutorials, I just do like voiceover and stuff. So when I'm doing it through OBS, it's kind of nice to have a better mic, a little bit better of a microphone. I don't know if it's going to be better. This is kind of my first time using it in the production scale. So it has this thing here. If you see, like, you watch podcasts on YouTube or whatever, they all have this stuff.
Yes, yeah.
I'm behind the times because I don't spend hardly any money. I haven't spent a whole lot of money on my YouTube channel. And I've seen other people, they buy like those thousands of dollar cameras, and they don't even have a whole lot of subscribers.
Yeah, I remember last week we were talking about these companies buying like these $2,500 red weapon cameras for their YouTube channel. So
yes, yeah. Some people they'll. Yeah.
Well, now you can get cameras again. When the pandemic first hit, people where I work, they were talking about how they couldn't get cameras, and I started thinking, well, I've got this camera. I'm a packer. I got this camera over here, and I got that camera over there, and then there's one built in my work laptop. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good.
One of my sponsors, Store Broadcast, they were doing a whole lot of like the fancy pan tilt zoom cameras. I'm actually not using it tonight, but they have like they come with micro controllers, so they look like a TV remote, and then you can point it toward the camera and move it and stuff. I don't really need it. I just use my camcorder connected to my video capture device. That's another thing. If you don't have cameras and you do like a lot of conferencing. I don't know if we can show that there. I don't want to pull off the video. I might even have an extra one around here. They're cheap. They're just basically a USB to HDMI device, and you can run that into OBS or anything really. You plug it in, plug an HDMI output of a camcorder into your computer here, and they're like $20.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's like video capture. Basically, what I'm using, I'm using one that has a higher a sponsor gave it to me. I did a video review on it on my channel, and so I just use my camcorder just because I like the way I can set the settings with the camcorder. And another thing is, I was going to talk a little bit about. I've been playing around with green screen, so I had a green screen kind of on the other side of where I do have my editing area here. So my daughter was playing Barbies and stuff like that, but we had the car there and had like a YouTube video playing in the background with like driving background for green screen. And so she had the car, with her Barbie doll sitting in it, and the kids just thought that was the funnest thing. So yeah, I've been playing around with a lot of green screen stuff. I'm gonna get a full green screen, one of those stands that kind of like the lighting kit stuff where you have the backdrop and all that. So I've ordered one of those things just because I want to use it just for video production stuff as well. But I don't want to actually implement too much green screen because I've seen a lot of people who do it, and I have cheap lighting, so I know my lighting will still with green screen. A lot of people who are on the amateur side, which I am, it kind of looks very doesn't look as good as like your studio quality green screen. But I thought I might use it just a little bit. Especially for the kids to play around with on that.
I was messing with green screen before, but I never actually had a real green screen. I just had a sheet that was basically the same color as a green screen to put it up.
Yeah, you can just use a green screen. Actually, what I used is I have a green towel, but it matched the green screen pretty decently. And another thing I found when I was doing the green screen effect in OBS, you can take any color and make it what you want to use as your background and try to use the chroma key. Back like when they first were using that type of effect in the Star Wars movies, they were using blue, and it was always referred to as blue screen because like they always used blue and it took out all anything that was blue in the footage. But now it's been a lot more popular to use green for whatever reason, digital. How all that works now.
Another way to do chroma keying is based on the light, I've heard before, apparently.
It's a matter of green resolution.
Oh yeah, there's Patrick. He works with like professional editing.
Yeah, it's a matter of the green. It has a higher resolution on the YUV spectrum. So if you have a higher resolution, you will have a better chroma key on the green.
Yeah. Another thing I was watching a tutorial on how to get it better is increase your shutter speed on your camera. Can help with the green screen effect.
Maybe I don't see the point of this. I see if you're better off with progressive instead of interlace for sure. But as for the speed, I don't see quite the point. It's just need more power to make it. So no, I don't really see the point of this.
Okay.
As long
when
as
I get the full green screen, I'll get to play around with it more. And I think the lighting is a big factor. If you have shadows, the shadows show up in the green screen.
A real green screen and the lighting. You need to get rid of the shadow on the green screen. That's the most important thing. And for the cheap solution, try AliExpress is quite good at making green material for green stuff for your your need, and it's cheap.
Why don't they use blue anymore? Remember, like when Star Wars was new and it was blue screen, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the reason for blue screen in those times was the film. They made a shadow mask between the two film contacts when so Using film was another matter at all. The green screen is used when you do it in the digital world. It's,
Okay, yeah.
it's
It
for,
just works
it's for,
better than.
yes, it was better. It worked better because the YUV resolution, you have 422, and as you may expect, the 4 is the green, and the other color has a quarter of the resolution. So you don't want to make a green screen, a screen on the blue, because you have a quarter of the resolution you have on the rest of the image.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna look choppy as a lot.
Mm.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
Wow.
So it's a compression matter, but the analog way of compression. we still use the analog compression plus the digital compression, and the problem is with the analog compression, we compress the red and blue at half the resolution.
You mentioned 422.
Yeah.
And this is my super duper 422 receiving receiver. Well, it's upstairs. I don't even use this thing hardly. I bought this thing, the AZ box. How many years ago I got this thing? I bought it from the well, I won't mention the seller's name, but he told me that it would have a HEVC tuner that you would be able to plug it, and that thing never materialized into nothing. But this was like a satellite receiver. There's not a huge amount of 422 channels, but there's a few channels that broadcast in 422. But the way to get around that, if you're gonna, don't buy one of these things. But the way of doing that, I think I got my imaginary wife back there. I think my wife do that last 2 weeks. But anyway, for 422, if you want to watch the 422 channels, the way you can do it with this won't do it like out of the box, like in front of the TV. But what you can do with OpenATV is stream it to VLC, and then it will decode the 422. I don't know how all this stuff works.
I just use my PC for that, but the main use for them for the 422, it's on feed, as you know, it's for the feeds, but the feeds actually gonna re-edit the stuff. Are they gonna do anything they want with it? So they need to have the full resolutions, because it will look like crap as soon as it is broadcasted, because everything before broadcasting is 422. So that's why they use it for the feed.
Yeah. Well, as I said, there's only a few channels that use it, and I don't know if there's anything I tune in these days that calls that are 422. Everything's just works. It seems to be. There's a few CBC feeds that you can use that you can scan in, and actually they're on EU ban on. If you have a Shaw Direct dish, you can scan in one of those things and then pick up some of the new CBC news feeds, which you can't view with a regular satellite receiver.
Are you waiting for me? I can say that's right. I can. No. I won't say otherwise. That's quite true.
I don't know. I'm just so tired. I'm ready for bed. Bye.
I tried.
I'll be on.
I tried to wake up you on the chat, but you didn't like me. I was trolling you, but.
Oh yeah. I'm not in the most like deciphering stuff right now. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not trolling people live.
Oh yeah, people. Oh yeah. People are accusing you of trolling in the chat room, but yeah.
I'm not much of a trolling person, but because I work with my real name, so don't worry about this.
Yeah, I don't have a trolling account. I've thought at times I should create one just for the fun of it, and I had never had, and I'm probably never going to bother doing that. Just to, I know people do that. Oh yeah, so yes, Jesse wants to join the group. Oh, I have a whole complicated setup with my browsers here. And I didn't even like talk about Linux a whole lot in this episode either.
No, no, you
But
didn't.
this microphone works in Linux. That's generally what I like to do on my YouTube channel is get everything to work in Linux. So like basically everything I'm doing here is in Linux Mint. I'm using OBS, not even using OBS. I'm just using Restream. But Restream sucks, and it's not necessarily the computer's fault. There, it's just the upload quality is like I only have 2 bars here, so it says network connection 5 out of 10. I changed my resolution, but you know what? It was prime time. Like I started talking at 8:30, and that's when everyone's streaming on the internet.
So you're on cable? Is it why you father?
I'm on cable. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on cable. Yeah, that's part of it. I'm gonna switch the resolution back to HD. Oh, the 720.
Yeah, in the chat I was calling it the real audio video. Remember those times?
Maybe I need to get fiber. So to get fiber, I do have a PayPal donate link somewhere.
Yeah, we all need to donate a bit if you want
How
us.
expensive is fiber in your neighborhood that you can't get it?
I could get fiber. It's just it would probably be like $20 to $40 more than what I'm paying now. And
Are you talking about fiber or fibe?
Vibe, yeah. So it's just Vibe.
Okay.
But
Isn't fiber and fibe the same?
No, it's a marketing term. Fibe is bell crap, and fiber is the real stuff.
Well, I mean, I got Bell Fibe, and it's real fiber.
Yeah, at first it was not. So I kept thinking this, but at first it was a kind of HTTN, I think, when it came out.
Fiber over coax when they did it.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's fire.
Yeah, I'm still misleading people with that, but it's what I'm thinking. So in a matter of years, I will stop saying that fiber is not fibe, but it depends on where you are. In fact, I think.
Yeah, some areas still use fiber over coax. Some areas don't have fiber at all. Some areas all they have is ADSL.
It's exactly what I have right now from Bell. Yeah,
that's what I had when I was with Bell. Is Kurt not in? There, he's just there.
I think there's a Kurt.
There you go, Kurt.
Thanks. Every now and then, this Firefox on Ubuntu 2004, it just all of a sudden it starts burning up all kinds of. The workload goes up to past 10, and then I have to kill off
Firefox,
the tab. And,
Would you have Facebook on? I find when I have Facebook on with Firefox, I gotta close the tab for Facebook.
Oh,
I don't know what my. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my stats right now and show how my computer is burning. It's not using a whole. I'll show you my network rate. I'll cut to that.
By the way, your PayPal link is not working. I just clicked on it and it said something is not right. The page does not exist.
Oh, really? Maybe I didn't do the link right. Thanks for letting me know.
I don't have the money right now to donate. I was just clicked on it.
No, it's all right. I want to get a Bitcoin.
What do you expect?
I have a Patreon as well, but I just found like Patreon you have to sign up for. Everyone has PayPal, so they could always I don't know if you want to drop $5 or whatever.
You can take Interact. You can also take Interact, isn't it? Instead of PayPal,
I guess I can.
Interact. You know about it?
It's not known.
Because here we all use that here. Interact is the direct to your account. Direct to your account. It's what you use with your card. Instead, it's over your email.
Yeah. Well, everything. I think everything digital.
as long as you,
Like,
as
I
you
think
don't
a lot,
use
a lot
Google.
of people are doing e-transfers now when they buy stuff. So like when they social distance, but they leave it at your doorstep and they just say what email address and they send you an e-transfer. I didn't get a chance to go out.
I
Go
did
ahead there,
that.
Patrick.
Yes, I did that with some library or to some stuff I bought from Marketplace, and I don't like it at all. I'm always ending up paying cash. But
No, yeah.
I'm not sure if people are just saying that they wish to use that option because they want to be the good guy, or they just don't care at all. I don't know. So, but me, I don't care about that. So I don't. I try to not be pushy on them, but it's always looking like they don't care either.
Yeah. Well, a lot of stuff too. When you're selling stuff used, they just want to get rid of it, and they're happy to get something for it. Someone like the way I look at it, if I got something I'm trying to get rid of, and I actually got someone who's willing to pay me for taking my, I'm happy with that. And yeah, sure, we'll try the e-transfer thing. If it works, it works. It's like just take the thing, get that thing out of here.
I sold like a dozen laptops with monitors and speakers and all that, and this was back in last September, October timeframe, and I mean, people were just they were coming. I mean, I was selling the stuff anywhere from 50 to 100 or maybe $120, depending on how good it was and all that. And I found that I mean, I did eBay before back like 10 years ago. I took the right pictures. I had everything running. I had a spec sheet of what it was and how much memory and all that. And it's not too hard to compete with some of the other people I see selling this kind of stuff because they'll take a picture. I got a computer. And you're like looking at it and it's not on or anything and when people came to my house, they came in, I got a little breezeway, had everything running. I said, you want to see anything, and I'd sell it and I'd pack it all up. And I said, look, if you need to find me, I'll be on Facebook and I live here. So
yeah, that's where I bought my tower from a guy that builds towers, and I've never had to contact him. I haven't had any problems. Basically, he put Windows 10 on it, and I thought, well, I'm going to put Mint on it as soon as I bring it home, and that's what I did.
You've got the entitlement for 10, so you can put 10 on it whenever you want again. So the computers I sold,
well, actually,
if they had 7,
with
go ahead.
It has 2 hard drives, so I just I actually have it still on here. So I don't even do a boot. I just go into the BIOS and set the hard drive to what I want it to boot off of. So there's a solid state which has Windows, which I never use, and then there's a 500. I think it's a 1 terabyte drive that I have Mint on in all my video files because that's my work. This is my work machine.
Why don't you just, if you don't use Windows, why don't you just wipe the SSD and put Linux on it? It'd be so much faster.
Linux is already pretty fast.
It'd be even faster.
Yeah, but you're actually doing it. Your Linux is on a SSD, isn't it?
No, it's on the 500 gigabyte or 1 terabyte drive.
Oh gosh, do put it on an SSD, please. It's not the same experience.
My computer got aimed out too.
I could probably put another SSD in here and just buy another SSD because for the operating system, I only need, it doesn't need to be too huge. And then
you need to
drive
have
for the video file.
At least 250.
Here's the thing: when you have 2 drives with Linux, is sometimes when you boot up your computer, you still have to mount the drive when you're using the Kden Live and all that. So if you restart your machine, it can get kind of messy for the directories. So I like having it on the same hard drive.
But for an SSD, you need to have a 250 gigabyte drive. When it's too slow when you're getting the old 120.
Well, actually, you could answer this question because you do heavy duty video editing. With an SSD, I'd have to get a private message to which SSD to buy for video editing.
the faster one, but it
Yeah,
depends. You need a
I was
combination.
just, yeah, this is an old. It's an outdated tech viewpoint I have, but I was under the impression that SSDs were not good for video editing, for having like removing and putting on video files all the time. Unless it's changed, the technology. This could have been something I heard quite a few years ago, and now.
Gosh, I don't know if it's that important, but I will tell you, for what it's worth, they're reliable enough to make editing with it. So, but don't expect the longer life you will have if it's only for your operating system. But you gain so much with an SSD to edit on it. The speed is incredible, etc. But I don't use them for that. I use only plain old hard drive. There's only my operating system is having an SSD in my case right now, and it worked like a charm. The fact is, you need space. You don't need that much speed. You need space and fast speed. Sure, you need it to be fast, but the fact is, the most slow thing you're gonna do when you're actually editing, it's the record of your project. So you're better off you recording it on your SSD, but all the media should be on a hard drive. From what I'm thinking, that's not that much of a problem, except if you wish to edit on the 4.6K with red media stuff and all that stuff. So you better off thinking like Linus in Canada is the right guy for for doing extreme stuff. But extreme stuff, it's kind of geeky. It's not a matter of creating media. When you have stuff you want to edit because you're film editing or you're video editing or you're editing for broadcast. The real important thing is what you're actually doing, and if it's reliable and it won't crap on yourself.
I tell you one thing.
Yeah.
My opinion about an SSD is they are way more secure because there's no mechanical parts. So
sure, but their life expectancy, I don't think that it will be as long as you think. It's not a storage media for me. It's a media to be able to edit and use it, but not a storage one. From what I'm thinking.
Also by the multi-terabyte storage drives.
My favorite drives are WD Blues with the 3D NAND. They're my favorite. I have a couple of them. They work perfectly.
Those hybrid one? The hybrid?
Nope, just WD Blue SSDs. That I got a couple of them, and they work the best, and they're very fast.
It's actually what I have in my system right now. I don't need much of them, but I have some that are quite speedier. The 7,200 RPM one are better for video, for sure. The black one are better, but they're not cheap. The black one are the best one for video editing. The blue are the kind of multi-usage, the multi-purpose stuff. You can edit on them, but it depends on the kind of media you're using. If it's too heavy for your system, the blue hard drive won't keep up. It depends on the kind of media you're editing, because some people do edit directly with the camera media, but the H.264 and H.265 on it is pain in the ass to try to edit on a professional level. You absolutely need to
even in my editor, what I'm using, it's a pain in the butt if I leave. I don't have it connected to the camera. I take the SD card out and plug it into the computer. And if I accidentally start editing off the SD card, it's very slow because the SD card off a USB port what I tend to like to do is that my videos aren't very long. Like it's just I take the footage, I put it onto the hard drive, and then I edit it. And then I've been using the same SD card since I bought this camera. It came with the camera as an 8 gig, so an 8 gig fits about an hour of footage. So for now, so I back it up on my large hard drive, but and I don't have the high quality settings to the highest because when I edit the video and then I upload it to YouTube, I'm not going to upload it to YouTube with like a gigabyte per minute quality. I'm gonna reduce it to about 800 megabytes or kilobytes. I'm not sorry, 8,000.
That could be enough for YouTube for sure. It's enough.
It's more than enough for YouTube because when you download it at the highest quality, it's not even high quality. It's even 4K quality is not that high bit rate.
On my side, I'm using right now DiSEqC 200 megabyte per second. It's quite heavy actually. The private movie I'm editing right now has old it needs a 2 terabyte drive for what will be a 2 hours movie, and with a really fast editing and all. I can tell you that the main problem or the important thing is the speed. Obviously, it's not enough on a SD card, but it's also the fact that the H.264 and H.265 don't have integrated frame. They only have predictive and all those stuff. So the computer always need to create the image you're gonna surf on. So it put the CPU to the roof doing this. So everything that is not intra-frame. So it means every compression scheme that do not have a frame for each of the 30 frames per second, or 24 or 60, whatever, it will be a pain to edit. It's not a compression scheme that is made to be edited. It's made to be broadcasted on C-band, on anything you want, but it's not made for editing. So that's why what I do first, I tend to link those media, and I take everything I need from the media and convert the linked media to a new media that is on the right compression scheme for my video editor. And the new media will take less space since I just keep what I want from those from the original media from the camera. Those media was maybe like to say it more clearly. I will tell you that if I have 10 minutes of on a file that coming from the camera, I will end up maybe with 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes will weigh more because I put it on the right compression scheme for the video editor, and it will take, like I said before, a 2 terabyte drive just to make a movie, but it will be a charm to edit, and you're gonna end up being free to be creative. That simple as that.
Yeah, I'm editing on MP4 a lot, H.264, and it could be, but this system's able to handle it not too bad. But I can see, because I always wondered what it would be like with people with the HEVC codec. This camera I'm using here, it doesn't do HEVC. It just does. It's a consumer level Canon camcorder. So it just puts out, I think it just puts out a MP4 files, the H.264.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
It works for what I need to do for tutorials. Like I haven't even looked at getting a 4K camera because I look at, tutorials are not that big of a deal. You don't need 4K. In my opinion, you don't need 4K for tutorials,
I'm just in 4K, but I still edit in HD. Still, some footage are in 4K, but always end up editing in HD. I don't need more for now. It's what I'm doing right now. It's a horror movie, so we don't need too much quality. You gotta look like it's a bit grainy, 80s styles maybe, but that's why I'm just editing in HD. I have some cellular movie and some DSLR and stuff like that, so I won't go over the top with this, but I keep as much quality as possible. That's why it's that's why I use a 200 megabyte second codec. The codec is about 200 megabytes second. I want to keep the color. The problem with most compression, it's the color. You don't have much color. Like I said earlier, if you're keying on green, that's not coming from anywhere. You need to key on green because the most of the color are there on the green side of things. And when you're not using a broadcast camera, you will end up having our great DSLR maybe, and the stuff from Blackmagic, all that. If you're not using those cameras, you will end up using a 411 scheme or a 420 scheme that will give you not much of a color if you want to make a better color rendition, or if you want to make some color correction, it will crap on you. So you better off making as much bandwidth as you need to keep the color. It's a matter of
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pack in this live stream now, and I think next week. Yeah, next time I'll talk. We'll go probably longer next time. It's just we'll talk about streaming. I think next time is streaming services, and we'll have a discussion on that for the next live stream. Maybe we'll do it next Saturday night. I'm not sure if I'm working. I think we're in lockdown now here in Ontario, so I think I can probably do a little bit more live streaming now. Where before it was it was a lot busier. Well, it's going to be busier. I hope and pray they don't shut the schools down. That's one thing.
Why don't you stream on the
thanks for calling in, guys. What's that?
I said, why don't you stream on the daily? Like every couple days or every day have a stream going.
Sorry. I don't know if but I'll probably, just because of my schedule with my family, so that's why I try Saturday night. 8:30, the time for 8:30 is right. My son goes to sleep at 8, so it gives me the time to get prepare and get ready. Anyway,
all right,
I'll talk to you guys next time, and you guys have a great week.
Bye, thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.